Hello, beautiful GlinaArtistic family. It is Glina, your paint manufacturer mentor. And today's video is a must watch for any serious paint producer or do-it-yourself decorator. You will learn why do your paint fade or discolor. Yes, the difference between microbial discoloration and UV-induced degradation. You understand? And of course, how to use HALS preservative, buffer, ammonia, and other additives the right way, and how knowing all of this makes you a better manufacturer and help your customer trust you so they keep coming back for your product. Hello guys, welcome back to GlinaArtistic Paint Education, your #1 YouTube channel for mastery paint production, branding, sales, and chemical formulation. You understand? So whether you are producing emulsion paints, gloss paints, satin paint, slick paint, waterproof paint, top burn, or even if you're starting a paint business from scratch, we teach you everything you need to know about paint manufacturing business process the right way. From high quality formula, professional branding, pricing, psychology, packaging, and sales strategy, trusted by professional worldwide. So subscribe now if you're just watching for the first time, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any tutorial. Also, comment below what city or country are you watching from. I read and reply to all your comments because you are my motivation. You know my language. You all are my motivation. You understand? So, have you ever painted a room and weeks later the color start fading, turning yellow, or even growing black spots? You understand? It is not just poor paint, it is science at work. So today I will reveal the two major enemies of paint color and how to defeat them forever using professional additives. Now, these two enemies of paint, you understand, they are two major causes of paint discoloration. You understand? One is your microbial discoloration caused by bacteria and fungi. Please listen very well. Two is your UV-induced color degradation caused by sunlight. You have to understand all this that I'm saying. That is, so you have to master this process very well. You understand? So you don't make a mistake, because they may look the same, but the solution are totally different. And as a paint producer, you need to master both. You understand? So what is microbial discoloration? Very important. Like I said, listen attentively. When your paint smells bad, separate, or show yellow spots, it is likely infected by microbes, especially when stored in the bucket or exposed to moisture. So what are the common signs? These common signs are simple, you understand. Texture inside the bucket of the paint, most smell, you understand. Wall stains that repair after drying, you understand. It touches. White paint turning off white or gray over time after the paint has been applied on the wall, or even in the bucket, the paint starts to change color, start to smell, the foul smell, you understand. So why does it happen? One, no biocide or preservative. Two, dirty water during production. Three, warm or humid storage where you store this paint over the time. You understand? Three, organic fillers. You understand? Excessively. Could be your caroline, your calcium, not using it the right way. So what are the solutions? Now, the solutions is simple. Number one, formalin. You understand? Great for ink and preservative. Two, sodium bonesite. Common and cost effective, and is also an in-can preservative. 3. EPW, protects paint after application, out-can preservative. 3. Articide or midwheel, best for outdoors, mud midwheel. And of course, we have our ammonia, used as a buffer to keep the pH stable and inhibit micro growth on wall, if you're not aware. So now think of microbial discoloration like food rotting in the fridge. Without preservative, it spoils, because that is how food gets rotten in the fridge. You understand? So now, what is UV-induced color degradation? Ever painted a deep red or rich blue wall only to see it turns pink or dull in a few months? That is color decoloration. You understand? That's the UV damage. It breaks down pigments, binders, and gloss layers, especially in outdoor wall. You understand? So color decoloration simply means the sun affecting your paint over time when this paint is applied on the wall. Hope you understand. Ever painted a deep red or rich blue wall only to see it turns pink or dull in a few months? That is UV damage. It breaks down pigments, binders, and glossy layers, especially in outdoors wall. So what are the symptoms? 1. Chalky reduced on hands. That is chalking on your hands when you touch where this paint is being applied. Faded color. That's red becoming pink or blue, turning to gray. You understand? Or yellowing, you understand, of white paint. This white paint is turning into yellow when it's not cream color of off-white. You understand? So gloss become flat. It is not gloss. So what are the causes? 1. No HALS, which is your UV stabilizer. There is no UV stabilizer in that paint. 2. Low quality pigment. Yes, your pigment is low quality. And overexposure to sun. This paint has been exposed to sun. You understand? The other one is weak acrylic binder. Their binder is not original. So meet HALS, the paint sun cream. That is what I call it. You understand? So HALS stands for hydroamine light stabilizer, and it works after the paint has dried. It is like sun cream for your wall. We all know how sun cream works for our body when we are exposed to wall. So now, what is the function? To protect paint flame from sun damage, prevent fading and yellowing of your white paint over time, and it preserves color balancing. You understand? It also extends the lifespan of your paint outdoor. So no matter how long this paint is going to be on the wall, even when the sun, it still maintains its color. So common HALS name, you understand, in the market, for those of us that might be confused, is your UV additives, paint stabilizer, or anti-faded additive. You understand? So when you go to the chemical seller store, you tell them this is what you want to buy. You understand? That was why I listed the name for you: UV stabilizers, then your anti-faded additive. You understand? So you can use about 0.3 or 0.5 in satin, gloss, and exterior paint. You understand? So now your HALS versus preservative, or your buffer, which is your ammonia. Let's clarify this once and for all, so most of you can understand where you're having a problem in your mixing process. You understand? So now, additives function, let's clarify it again. Sodium bonoxide stops bacteria, fungi in the ink can. You understand? Why EPW stop microbes after wall application? HALS stops color fading from sunlight, and ammonia keeps the pH stable to prevent spoilage. You understand? Hope you got this clarification properly. You need all of them in the right ratio to make professional paint that resist both weather and time. You understand? So think of your paint like a human body. You understand? Preservative is equals to immune system, while your HALS is equals to sun cream, and your buffer, which are your ammonia, are your metabolism to keep everything balanced. You understand? So if anyone fails, the entire system suffers. If your paint is faded, rotting, or looking dull, it is time to upgrade your formulation knowledge. You understand? And you can add your HALS, which are your anti-color additives, or use your preservative correctly. Also, you can stabilize your pH with your buffer, your ammonia, you understand? So if you want a full formula breakdown, drop formula in the comments or check the description for our new advanced additives ebook that includes 1. The dosage guides, the chemical market alternative name, so you can easily get this chemical. 3. Application tips, and of course you're going to have a bonus inside that ebook, which is the color lock checklist for paint producers, and maybe you might get a formulation process, how to use this production process with other chemicals. And don't forget to like and share. Also subscribe for more paint secrets. This is Glina from GlinaArtistic Paint Education, reminding you, don't just paint walls. Please protect your reputation and your results to enable your brand stand out in the competitive world or competitive market. So thank you also for watching. See you in our next video. Bye for now.